York City gave birth to Dr. Umar. On October the 30th of 2010 at the National Black Theater, I did my first lecture there in New York City, and in 48 hours, I was a household name. So thank you, New York City. We are here today on serious business, the business of supporting, of defending, and of standing with our brothers of the Sahel Alliance. We stand with Captain Ibrahim Traoré. We stand with General Goita. We stand with General Chiani. We stand with all independent African countries. 2 weeks ago, I was at the Oxford Union. I received an invitation to debate the father of Elon Musk, Elon Musk. And the topic of the debate was, does Africa still need her colonizers? That was the question. And I find it interesting that people believe Africa cannot govern herself when Africa was governing herself when Europeans were still crawling around inside the caves. So if we could govern ourselves before the white man came to Africa, why can't we govern ourselves after the white man left Africa? The truth of the matter, it's not that Africa needs Europe. Africa doesn't need France. Africa doesn't need the United States. Africa doesn't need Belgium. Africa doesn't need England. Africa needs the freedom to implement an African program. It is outside interference. It is outside interference. Yes. It is outside interference that keeps Africa from being the great and mighty continent it is. If the Sahel Alliance was allowed to do what was best for African people, it would be done already. If Ghana, if Nigeria, if Eritrea, if Botswana, if Lesotho, if Togo and Benin, if Angola and Namibia, if the African states were allowed to carry out their own agenda, we won't have a problem of 340 million Africans starving. We won't have a problem of food insecurity. Help me understand how Africans can be starving in Africa when Africa has enough agricultural land to feed the entire world, brothers and sisters. Africa can feed the entire world. So if Africa can feed the entire world, why do we have starvation on the African continent? I'll tell you.